Today we are going to talk about 5 ways in which you can use present perfect tense, or rather I should say 5 situations where present perfect tense is used. Are you confused between present perfect tense? Yes, almost everybody is. But if you are somebody who is sure about where to use present perfect tense, do write it down in the comment section below and watch this video till the end to check if you are right to know where present perfect tense is used. And if you are somebody who does not know where to use present perfect tense, then of course you should watch this video till the end to never be confused about this tense again. Let's begin. The first use of present perfect tense is to talk about actions which started in the past and are continuing in present. For example, she has worked in the bank for 5 years, meaning since last 5 years she has been working in the bank, which is in past, and action started 5 years ago, but she is still working in the bank. And the second example could be, we have had the car for last 10 years, meaning I possessed the car 10 years ago and I have had the car in last 10 years and I still have it. Let us move on to the second use of present perfect tense. It is quite tricky and at times very confusing and difficult for most people to understand. So please listen to it a bit more carefully and try to understand it better. So let's just say that present perfect tense is used to talk about time periods which are still continuing. Now, what do I mean by that? Let us understand this with the help of an example. Let's say I have worked very hard this week, or it has rained a lot this year. Now, what do I mean by that? Let's just say in the first sentence, today is Tuesday. Okay, and the week starts from Monday to Sunday or Sunday to Saturday, whichever way you want to take it. But this complete week, the 7 days are still continuing and I am somewhere in the starting point. Or for that matter, it might be any day in those 7 days, but the fact remains that this complete week is still not over. So it is a continuing time. Therefore, this week is our present and it is still continuing. Similarly, when I say this year, it has rained a lot this year, the 12 months in the year are still continuing and this year as a whole is still going on. I hope you have understood this and you make a sentence of your own in the comment section below to let me know if you have actually understood it. The third use of present perfect tense is that it is used to talk about actions which are repeated in an unspecified time period between past and now, meaning that we don't know at what time in past this action started to happen over and over again. So let's understand this better with the help of an example. Let's say that we have eaten at that restaurant many times. Now, like how many times is not my concern to know, but since when did you start eating from the restaurant? We don't know, but they have eaten a number of times between this point in past and up till now. Let us take another example. Let's say they have seen the film 6 times. I know how many times the action is repeated, but that is not my concern, as I said previously. So, but my concern is to know that how many times they have watched the film, in what duration, which I clearly don't know. And this is where present perfect tense is used. Maybe they have seen the film 6 times in a day, or in a 2 in past, or maybe over a month, or maybe over a year. But we don't know that when was the first time in past that they started seeing the film and saw it for the 5 other times in that duration up till now. Before we move on to the fourth use of present perfect tense, let us revise the 3 uses of present perfect tense that we have just discussed. So the first use was, come on, say it with me. It is used to talk about actions which started in the past but are still continuing in the present. And the second use was, it is used to talk about time periods which are still continuing or have not finished. And the third use is it is used to talk about actions which are repeated over and over again over an unspecified period of time between past and now. And let's move on to the fourth use of present perfect tense. It is used to talk about actions which have finished in recent past, meaning just now, like really just now. For example, you can say, he has left, or he has just left, or we have finished watching the movie, or we have just finished watching the movie. The fifth use of present perfect tense is when we don't know the precise time of the action or it is not important to know. Basically, here the action is more important than the time when the action took place. For example, someone has eaten my chocolate. Now, the important thing is that someone has eaten my chocolate, not the fact that when did they eat it. Somebody has eaten my chocolate, that is the important thing to know. So, somebody might have eaten my chocolate just now, or maybe last week, or an hour before, or last month, but it doesn't matter. Another example could be she has studied Japanese, French, Russian, and English. The fact important here is that she knows 4 languages and not the fact that when did she learn it. Maybe she learned it one at a time, or maybe all together, or maybe 2 at a time, and maybe 3 at a time, or maybe we don't know, we just don't care when did she learn it and how did she learn it. The important thing is that she knows 4 languages. That is it. So this is where present perfect tense is used, and this was the last use of present perfect tense. If you have understood all the 5 uses of present perfect, pause this video for 2 seconds or maybe 3 or 4, how much ever time you need to type in the comments that what are the 5 uses of present perfect tense. Come on, type it. I'm waiting. Also, a tiny information before we end this video, that do check out the description box below where I have put in a link for the quizzes, which are of course free of cost for you to practice your English and improve quicker than you thought. Okay, well, let's end this video here, and if this video has helped you a tiny bit, share this video with those who are struggling with present perfect tense and of course other tenses and English in general to check out my entire channel, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel.